A new report about the Boston Marathon bombings suggests that Russian officials withheld information from the FBI about suspect Tamerlan Tsarnaev. Juliette Kayyem worked in the Homeland Security Department. Now she's running for governor in Massachusetts, and she's joining us here on NECN this morning. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So part of what this report says is that some information was initially shared with the FBI from Russian officials, but then when the FBI went to them for more, they didn't comply. What could have the FBI done differently to get the information that they wanted?
Well, I think this sort of exposes some of the challenges with information and how much information we have about the Tsarnaev brothers or whoever else. The Russians clearly did not disclose all the information that would have been relevant to the FBI. And you have to remember that's a very different story than what we thought a year ago. A year ago, we thought we had all the information and the Russians were trying to give us more. And I think it just shows that, the Russians are going to give us what they want. It makes it very difficult in terms of foreign relations and foreign affairs to get all the information we need. But from what we can tell right now, there was specific information that, if it had been shared, would have clearly triggered the FBI to do more of an investigation of Tsarnaev and the entire family.
So does it come down to being the fault of the Russians for not complying by giving the information, or back to the part of the question I asked you before, is, should the FBI have pushed harder?
Well, I think it's, for the FBI to push harder would have required the Russians complying. There's no rule structure that requires the Russians to give information to the FBI. It's all done cooperatively. And so there's really no penalty for Russia not doing it. But remember, the Russians came out immediately after the bombing saying, look, we knew everything and we wish the FBI had paid attention. This new report shows two things. One is the Russians did not share everything. And two, there probably were things that the FBI could have done to share information with state and locals. And I think that's a key lesson for us, those of us who live here and those of us who are thinking about how we can do better next time.
Sure.
It's about, go ahead.
It seems to be a big part of the theme here, because yesterday there was the hearing and two local law enforcement leaders were there, one from the Watertown Police Department and also the former Boston Police Commissioner, and they used words like access to resources, more access to resources and better cooperation between agencies. How do we fix that?
Right, and I've worked with all of those people. I've been sort of in the center of Homeland Security issues. It is clearly about data management at this stage, and it's something I've been pushing the last couple weeks, that we have so much intelligence around all these agencies, but we still don't seem to have the capacity to sort of create a story that would let public officials know whether someone is good or bad. And so that is what you heard yesterday, that we're still sort of struggling with the quantity of information coming in, and we really have to get better about quality, cooperation, so that we know who to investigate and who not. So there's a lot of lessons learned. That's what we have to remember. Not everyone acted perfectly, obviously. There was a terrorist attack, but the best we can do now is learn and then do better next time, not just for Boston, but for every other city that is dealing with the same sort of threat, same sort of potential attacks as Boston certainly faced a year ago.
Tough process, but it's the world we live in now. That's Juliette Kayyem, who worked in the Homeland Security Department and is now running for governor in Massachusetts. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.